gold. The name itself conjures images of wealth and power. But in the shadow of the mine, a different story unfolds. This is a story of greed, exploitation, and the human cost of unchecked power. At the heart of this story is the son of a powerful political figure. His name whispers on the wind, a symbol of the injustices faced by the workers. His mining company, a gleaming monument to profit, stands accused of exploiting its workforce and ravaging the environment. The allegations are grave unfair wages, unsafe working conditions, and blatant disregard for environmental regulations. Workers, desperate for a livelihood, toil under the oppressive weight of these injustices. Their voices, muffled by fear and intimidation, struggle to be heard. The mine casts a long shadow, stretching far beyond its physical boundaries. It encroaches upon the lives of the workers and the surrounding community, leaving behind a trail of devastation. Workers, lured by the promise of employment, find themselves trapped in a cycle of poverty. The meager wages they earn are barely enough to sustain their families, let alone provide a decent life. Many are forced to work long hours in hazardous conditions, risking their health and safety for a pittance. The environmental impact is equally alarming. Toxic waste from the mine pollutes the water sources, poisoning the land and endangering the health of the community. The once fertile fields now lie barren, a stark reminder of the mine's insatiable appetite for profit. The mine's toxic legacy extends beyond the immediate environment. It seeps into the social fabric of the community, eroding trust and fueling resentment. The company's disregard for ethical labor practices has created a climate of fear and intimidation. Workers who dare to speak out against the injustices they face are often met with threats and reprisals. This culture of silence serves to perpetuate the cycle of exploitation. The community, once vibrant and self-reliant, is now deeply divided. The mine has created a chasm between those who benefit from its presence and those who bear the brunt of its destructive practices. This division has sown the seeds of discord, undermining the social cohesion that once held the community together. Despite the risks, voices of dissent are beginning to emerge. Workers, emboldened by their shared plight, are finding strength in unity. They are organizing, demanding better wages, safer working conditions, and respect for their dignity. Local activists and community leaders are joining the fight, raising awareness about the mine's harmful practices. They are calling for greater transparency and accountability, urging the authorities to hold the company responsible for its actions. The international community too is taking notice. Human rights organizations are documenting the abuses, putting pressure on the government to address the situation. The spotlight is turning towards the mine, exposing its dark underbelly to the world. This story is not just about a mine. It is a microcosm of a larger issue, the pursuit of economic progress at the expense of human rights and environmental sustainability. The mine represents the insatiable greed of a system that prioritizes profit over people. It is a stark reminder of the power imbalances that exist between corporations and the communities they impact. This is a story about the price of progress. It is a story about the need for ethical and sustainable development that respects the rights of all stakeholders. It is a story about the urgent need for change. The mine continues to operate, churning out gold and grievances in equal measure. The workers continue to toil, their bodies and spirits bearing the weight of injustice. The environmental damage continues unabated, poisoning the land and water, leaving behind a legacy of destruction. The community remains divided, struggling to heal the wounds inflicted by the mine's presence. Justice remains elusive. The company, shielded by political connections and economic power, continues to evade accountability. The voices of the workers, though growing louder, are still met with indifference and hostility. The reckoning has been deferred, but it cannot be delayed forever. The day will come when the scales of justice will tip, and the true cost of the gold will be revealed.